What's going on, All Max fam? John Mango here, and I'm going to walk you through a key component to your supplement stack that's going to help you take your results to the next level that I don't see a lot of people actually having in their supplement stack. Now, after you've already got your basics covered in the form of creatine, protein, and a pre-workout, a stimulant for actual training, this is probably the next most important part of your stack if you want to see some serious, needle moving results long term, okay? And that's going to be the intra-workout nutrition. Now, there's data behind the fact that using this, although we don't need data to understand using common sense, if we're using something during the training session that preserves muscle protein breakdown from happening, prevents it rather, and stimulates muscle protein synthesis at the same time, then logic would determine that this means we're going to get more out of our training session and we don't risk muscle protein breakdown. And so I'm going to break down what this stack looks like, why Allmax actually has the best possible products for this stack, and who should use it and when. So the stack is going to be a combination of carbs. Now, for there's many carb supplements on the market, but this has to be by far the best and most effective one that I've tried. And I've tried many before I joined Allmax, and this is a big reason I joined. So Carb is a amazing supplement to have for intra-workout carbs, all right? Because not only is it carbs, but it's actually 4 different forms of carbs, some a little faster acting, some slower acting. It even has some ingredients that can help absorb those carbs over those different periods of time. And it also has a hydration complex, so it's going to include some key electrolytes that are going to help you prevent yourself from getting dehydrated during a session, which is obviously very important, especially as the session goes on. Now, the reason the carbs are so important is because it's going to prevent muscle protein breakdown to some degree at least. But obviously, like I just mentioned, as the session continues going on, we're going to get more and more fatigued, right? And we're using up more glycogen. So this is going to help allow that there's a constant flow of carbs readily available in the bloodstream that we can continue using to therefore maximize our performance throughout the entirety of the session. So Carb, and then from there, you want the thing that stimulates protein synthesis. So this is going to help to some degree prevent protein breakdown along with the thing that stimulates protein synthesis, which is a EAA product, okay? Muscle EAA Extreme, or I'm going to walk you through a couple different combinations. There's standard essentials line EAA, which is essentially unflavored, and there's only essential amino acids at the appropriate dosing in this. Whereas the Muscle EAA Extreme is if you want to take things a little bit further, because not only does it include even more electrolytes in the process, which again is further reducing the chance that you get depleted on electrolytes throughout the session, but it also includes nootropics, which personally I think is a great addition, as obviously these nootropics will help you stay razor sharp focused during the session as well, and probably afterwards. So Muscle EAA Extreme, not only that, but you've got the flavoring of these products, which makes it so much easier to drink. Not that it's supposed to be difficult, but it makes it more enjoyable to drink is what I should say. And by the way, there's different ways you can set up a combination like this. If you'll notice, I keep Muscle EAA Extreme and in general EAAs on tap all the time. I've got this Carb, which is almost done now, so I've got another. And here's the thing. Carb, you can get the unflavored version, okay? And you can just add a Muscle EAA Extreme that obviously they have flavors. Personally, I like the lime margarita, or sometimes I like to switch it up and have a flavored Carb, which is awesome because the flavoring of the carb-based supplement is a little bit more, starchy tasting, not in a bad way, meaning more like a sugar, okay? So you can get a flavored Carb, and then you mix it with the Essentials line EAAs, all right? Now, yes, this has less electrolytes and no nootropics, but again, at least it's a different option for mixing and matching should you choose to do that. So this is going to be an integral part, and again, it's one of the, outside of those basic supplements, it's going to be one of the biggest needle movers as far as your results go. Now, on top of this, it's also convenient because you can add some of those basics, for example, your creatine, to this shake. My recommendation would be EAA Extreme and the Carb, and then you can add these things outside of that if need be. Now, keep in mind, this intra-workout stack is going to be for anybody trying to maximize their results. Even if you're bulking and you're on tons of food, it doesn't matter. This is still going to help performance during those sessions. People might think that it's not as necessary because you've got food before and after the session that's going to help fuel. But nonetheless, all of the other things, if it's not the carbs you need, then it's the electrolytes, it's the focus blend, the EAAs are just going to help you get the most out of that session. Now, obviously, this actually becomes more and more important when you're on a cut. So you're trying to lose body fat, you're trying to get leaner and retain or build muscle in the process, keep performance high. This becomes even more crucial because obviously you're now in a deficit. And when you're in a deficit, muscle protein breakdown risk is much higher, even if you've eaten before or after, etc. So this becomes even more important. And when this becomes the single most important, essentially, supplement stack that you need, is if you're training fasted. Now, personally, I don't recommend people train fasted if their goal is maximum results or getting the most out of the training session. So that's really all I have to say about the intra-workout shake. I do think that it's completely underrated. I don't see many people worrying about intra-workout at all. In fact, a lot of people still, whether it's clients or members, whoever else, a bunch of people in my audience, they are still not drinking or even aware of the fact that this could be a potent addition to your supplement stack. So hopefully now you know and you implement it right away. Grab your All Max Carb Ion and an EAA product.